Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Touchline Facts. First and foremost, do hit the sub button. YouTube have scammed me, I believe, of 10 subs. They must have kicked him for inactivity, unless someone's unsubscribed 10 times on different accounts. I don't know. Touchline in Fergie time. Big up to everyone. I saw Kings was waiting. I was a bit late. I was stuck up with a heavyweight show. It's still going on now, actually. Zier's show. So yeah, big up to everyone. They kept trying to cook me, lads. I did my best. They can't, everyone knows it. I'm uncookable. You can't cook me. I will always find a way out of things. So they kept trying to cook me, all the Liverpool fans, the City fans, and all that stuff. I had to remind them about their own clubs that also lost cup finals to the underdogs this season. Liverpool lost to Newcastle, who we beat in the last League Cup final they were in, and the FA Cup final in 1999. And Man City lost to Crystal Palace, who we beat in the 2016 FA Cup final and the 1990 FA Cup final. So they can all hold that. Let me know if you can hear me good. Big up to everyone. Big up to Cooper. Big up to Sav. Big up to Ravi. United fans repeat after me. Liverpool, we spent no money on what? It's actually the Reds have got no money, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, big up to Brad the lad. Ain't seen you in a while, man. Big up to... I just went live, but this is the first time I've gone live. Of course, man. Big up to everyone. Big up to Kings as well. Saw you was thinking. Get me to... let's try and get 640 subs, people. Come on, man. Let's try and get 640 subs. We might get a raid. We might get a raid from Will. Might get a raid from 26 hours later. Is it 26 hours after the full time whistle? Might get a raid from what's his name? Zero as well. We'll see. Bless up to everyone inside. But yeah, let me know if anyone wants to link. Do you know what I mean? Hold on. Let me send some messages out because I might. Hold on. I'm live right now. Sorry, but I've got something. Yesterday, felt like the club died, bro. It feels dark, man. It's a dark feeling. I can't lie. It's a very, very dark feeling. I can't lie. I feel disgusted. I'm not gonna lie. I feel absolutely sickened. Yeah, no, they did a whole fucking 20-minute video on me, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Man clipped up all the things, all the clips of all my strings. Yeah, cool. I got to hold that, innit? Yeah, I got to hold that because these pricks decided to lose the Spurs. But as I said, you can never cook me, bruv. I'm the uncookable. Yeah, good luck to them. Yeah, don't get me wrong, bruv. I'll be back in full. Manchester United will rise again. Whether it's in a year. Just remember this. I always say this. Remember this. Because when we're good again, when Man United are good again, yeah, I will remember every shit these lot spoke. I'll remember everything. And they will meet their no, I am not their match. I am their maker. I am their maker. And I will make them. You will see. You will see. Yeah, when we're good, bro. Big up to Kurt, bro. Big up to everyone in the chat, man. But yeah. Hold on. Let me completely forgot to send the link out to a few people. Let me know if anyone wants the link. Mitchell's still fuming about yesterday. Yeah, bro. I'm in, I don't know, the 5 stages of grief. What's it? Realization, something along the lines of acceptance, denial was one of them. Hold on, anyone wanna jump on? Trying to send the link out. Is Mitchell your brother, Kurt? Yeah, they are brothers. I think they're twin brothers, I believe. But yeah, sometimes AK gets so rattled, bruv, because he can never cook me. Not anytime soon with the owners you have. You have Clear Lake, bruv. Listen, we will see, bruv. We will see in it. They've got. Don't ever say that you're untouchable, because I am untouchable. I'm uncookable, bruv. No. I am uncookable. Uncookable. Yeah, they're all sitting there. There's about 10 of them. There's about fucking 15 people in the chat sitting there. Cry line facts and all this stuff. That's what Sam tried to jump involved. As I said, bruv. If I was 30 years old and I only saw 2 league titles in my lifetime, I'd be stressed too. Don't you worry, mate. 13-2. Remind the Liverpool fans, it's always going to be 13-2. We have 13 league titles. They have 2. Bless up to everyone inside. I'm trying to get the fucking link out to some people. I'm live right now. Anyone wanna jump on? Yes, he supports United. Yeah, he supports my Mitchell's your brother, isn't it? Touchy. Big up to Joshua Bryant, seen you in a while. We've got 13 people inside though. I'm absolutely devastated, mate. I can't lie, I'm absolutely devastated. I saw a treble with Liverpool. Liverpool had never won the treble, though. What treble are we talking about? You must, bro, didn't they win that in the 80s? You must be like 60, bro. Just the last game left. I'd rather let Villa win so Chelsea don't get champs. Yeah, I don't care about it, bro. All right, yeah, Elijah's jumping on, bro. Elijah's jumping on. Hold on. Let me just send the link out 1 sec. Hold on. Elijah's jumping on, people. When City won the Premier League in 2011, you mean 2012? I thought at the time that will be City's only Premier League title. Liverpool dream. Exactly, bro. Have you ever won the treble? Ever won the treble? Ever won the treble? Have you, fuck? Have you ever won the treble? Like Phil and Gary Neville. Have you ever seen Gerrard win the league? Have you ever seen Gerrard win the league? Have you ever seen Gerrard? Ever seen Gerrard? Ever seen Gerrard win the league? Have you, fuck? Up the fucking Reds. Listen, it's a tough time being a Man United fan. I'm not even wearing a Man United shirt. I'm wearing a Boss shirt. Right now, I'm not in my Man United colours. I can't be repping the colours. It hurts. It's pain. It's pain. You know what I mean? It's pain from being a Man United fan. It is. Don't get me wrong. We've seen darker days. We've seen brighter days. One thing for sure, we will be back. And when we are back, we are going to come for all of you. Yeah? This is a dark, dark day. It's a dark, dark time in history. A dark, dark time in Man United's history. But don't worry. Do you know what I'm saying? We will be back. We will be back. If any of you want to join the memberships, by the way, we've got the memberships. Let me get the link out for the memberships because I completely forgot to put them in. Yeah. You celebrate your wins whilst they last, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You celebrate your wins whilst they last. Yeah. Because Man United will be back one day. Do you know what I'm saying? We will be back one day. And Tottenham released the video highlights on their channel just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes ago. You know, we'll be back next. I don't know about next season. Hopefully. Listen, inshallah. God willing, we're back next season, but I don't see it. I don't see us next season. But listen, at the end of the day, we're all feeling really doom and gloom at the minute about the football club. We're all feeling really, really down about Manchester United. We're all feeling really down about the football club. We need a boost. I mean, I don't know about you lot in the chat, United fans in the chat. If we sign some players, would that give you a boost? It will give me a boost, but it won't. There's nothing worse than this feeling in football. Losing a final is nothing worse than losing a final. That feeling, you know what I mean? When England lost the Euros, I didn't speak for a day afterwards. The Euros just gone. I didn't speak for a day afterwards. Losing a final, you know what I mean, is a truly devastating feeling of any football fan. It is an absolute horrendous feeling. I would wish it on my worst enemy. Shout out Liverpool. I wish it on Liverpool, but you know, you get the gist, bro. It's genuinely a terrible, terrible feeling. And I feel so doom and gloom at the moment in time about the football club. Do you know what I'm saying? Glazers has killed. Yeah, no, AK doesn't have a channel. Glazers have killed our club, bro. You're right. Glazers have absolutely killed it, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? They've absolutely killed it. But yeah, the camera's gone out of focus, man. It's jarring. First club to win the UCL, first club to win the Club World Cup, first club to English club to win the treble, with the most Ballon d'Or winners in football. Have some respect. Exactly, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We're the biggest club in England. We always will be. The fact that we're 16th, we've got everyone tuning in, trying to do Man United hate watch-alongs and all that stuff. The whole country, apart from West Ham, Chelsea, and Arsenal last night, wanted us to lose. True. Do you know what I'm saying? The biggest club in England, 16th, and they're all talking about us. You've got Newcastle fans trying to still force a rivalry. What begs? Newcastle are the biggest begs in the Premier League. Begging it off Man United. All the time, their fans. All they do is beg it off Manchester United. Yeah, because we're the biggest club in England. We always will be. Yeah, Liverpool fans can sit there and laugh and pretend to themselves that we're not bigger than them, even though we are. We're astronomically bigger than Liverpool. It's not even close. Do you know what I mean? We're not in the same stratosphere. Yeah. But if Liverpool was 16th, when Liverpool were 8th and got to the Europa League final, I didn't watch it. I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't give a fuck if they won that. I genuinely couldn't care less. We won the FA Cup that year. They lost 2 cup finals, one to City and one to Sevilla. I genuinely couldn't. It's like everyone was tuning in. Everyone's tuning in. Bro, look how much views I'm on 629 subs. Not some massive channel, bro. I've banged 200 views in less than 14 hours, 176 views in a day, and 870 views on my watch along, and I've got 600 subs, 629 subs. There you go. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's that. Do you think Liverpool pull their numbers, bruv? No, they don't. Liverpool fans don't pull their numbers. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't really look at it, to be honest. I did know there was a video there. It was with the Brennan Johnson charts in it when Maguire gave away the ball, I believe. Listen, listen. We could get into discussions. I'm trying to get Elijah on because when you jump in on, let me see if I can. We're closer to Barcelona, Madrid than Liverpool is closer to us, you scout scrubs. Facts. Liverpool are nowhere near Man United, bruv. Let them live in their own delusional world. Less than 45 hours ago to go for that full-time whistle. Bro, it's a heartbreaking feeling, man. Did you? Oh, I've read that one. Some reason Newcastle loves Man City. Yeah, because they're begs, bruv. They're the biggest begs in the Premier League. You ain't the biggest club in England last night. Show it, you joker. What, because you lost the final? Didn't you lose to Newcastle this season? Am I right in saying Newcastle didn't win a trophy for 70 years? We are the biggest club, objectively the biggest club in England. The fact that you're in my chat right now tells me the biggest club in England. Because you know, if Liverpool lost the Europa League final, yeah, in 2016, I wasn't going and looking for Liverpool subscribers to chat shit to. I wasn't doing that. Do you get what I'm saying? I wasn't doing that. I genuinely didn't care when they lost to Sevilla. And when they finished 8th, we're 16th. And they're all talking about us. Because we're the biggest club in England. Anyways, big up. Hold on one sec, lads. Let me just Yo, big up Elijah, bro. What are you saying, bro?
Walk on. I'm chilling. How you doing, bro?
Not great.
That's I hear it, bro. Big up to the chat, man. Hopefully you guys are doing well as well.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. I'll get Elijah's link and things. Get me to 640 subs because YouTube done me dirty. I think they took 10 subs off. I don't know why.
Yeah. Sometimes they be doing that, bro. It's not fun, innit? But
I got told they did it because Mike did it. I remember they did it to Will as well because he was about to reach 9K and then they took 30 subs off his channel. And I was like, did they lose subs? And it's like, no, YouTube either do it because of inactivity or they're botted subs. Other one.
Yeah, it's one of them too, and they've kind of made it even more. What do you call it? Fucking English, bro. But they're cracked down more on it now compared to like previous years.
You reckon it's inactivity?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, probably. Because I know when I first started like getting subs, like on this channel, a lot of inactive subs just disappeared from me. So I lost about like 50 subs like pretty quickly. So yeah, it's probably just inactivity after a while.
No worries, bro. Yeah. Speak to Coppish and see the numbers. They get 1.2K. Yeah. That's people, that's Liverpool fans watching them when they're the biggest club, best team in England, so I say. Yeah. Man United are 16th. Yeah. Man United are 16th. And everyone's tuning in to watch us, but we're the biggest club in England objectively, bruv. One game a week, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? One game a week, LA. No European football next season.
The stamina that fans have, bro. Like I'll be real, I'm all burnt out. Like I think because it's been like 24 hours.
I just say, yeah, that's true. Goldbridge gets fucking how much, bruv? And bear in mind, by the way, that Liverpool fan channel, what's it called? The Liverpool fan channel. What are they called again? The Red Men TV. That's it, bruv. They've been doing it the longest they've ever done it. Yeah, AFTV's got more subs than them, and Goldbridge is on 2 million on one of his channels. Forget all his other channels. That's from him apparently being a Man United fan because there's obviously rumours of him being a Forest fan. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're in here to laugh at me, cool. But at least subscribe. Get me 640 subs.
Yeah, fam. Yeah, make sure you guys are subbing and at least.
Yeah, it be an activity in it because it literally happened in a second. They just took 10 subs off.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if, like, as time goes on, you'll probably just get them back in it because when Mike's hit 1K, he lost 40 subs like during the stream that he hit 1K, and then after like the next day, they slowly just came back. So sometimes when you just get a massive subs at one time, that YouTube will remove them temporarily, and then
that is true. That did happen. That's because they think they're botted. Yeah, so then they put them in a temporal. That happened to me the other week. I had 5 subs just like that in literally a second, and then they temporarily suspended it. And then I typed up and they said it's like they review it for a day or two, and then they wait for it to see if it's, you know what I'm saying. So yes, this is true. Did you see this stat?
I've seen it on Twitter. Yeah, I've seen it. So, bro, the stamina that fans have online is crazy. Like, it's been 24 hours and I feel burnt out already. Like you would think I would have lost. Like, I don't have no energy for it no more. It's like I think the amount of like nerves I had for the game has really like I don't know, just called me off innit after the game. Obviously, as soon as you win, you're hyped, but like obviously, I'm not in a trolling mood. I'm not in like that's probably Jay in it. Jay's probably still got riding off that high pause, but I'm just back to my normal chill self, and I ain't really got the energy for cooking or anything like that no more. It's just it just is what it is, isn't it? On to the next, on to the rest of the season, bro. There's one game left,
He's from
and
Nottingham
then
to
we
be
can
fair.
chill.
Yeah, the football does. Yeah, exactly, bruv. Goldbridge, listen, I don't like him. I don't really watch him, but we met. Yeah, exactly. The facts. You can't tell me we didn't. This isn't true. The Europa League
Yeah,
final is bigger than the Champions League final. Facts.
yeah, it is.
Facts.
It is. Yeah.
This is the biggest Europa League finals ever been. There's no. This is the biggest Europa League final of all time because of us, not
Yeah.
because Spurs and two English teams playing. Because Chelsea and Arsenal played each other and it weren't this big. This is the biggest club, the biggest Europa League final in the history of the sport, in the history of the Europa League. This is fact because of us. We're the biggest club in England. Do you get what I'm saying? Liverpool may have won. That's because they do loads of content, though, isn't it? Than United, but United was 20 million. Man United are a way more supported club than Liverpool. This is a fact. Congratulations, Elijah. By the way, I ain't no sore loser. That's up, bro. And he also used to be a pig. Yeah, they say never trust ex-Bacon. Do you know what I'm saying? Mark Goldbridge isn't even his real name. I'm happy for Spurs, though. I can't lie, man. We're really crying. You guys were crying, bro. I saw fucking Hotspur Cave was crying in George's bedroom.
Yeah, Jay was crying. I didn't shed no tears. I can't lie. Maybe I'm a fake fan in it, but I didn't shed no tears.
What's this vertical stream too? What's that?
What's that? Like almost like the TikTok live kind of thing, I guess. Maybe when you stream off your phone. I don't know. Vertical streams too on the side.
Oh, I have no idea what that is, man.
Yeah, I guess you can stream off your phone, innit? On YouTube, because that's something you can do. You can stream off your phone and like like TikTok lives are basically do the same shit on YouTube. So maybe I guess when you have time, but I don't know. I don't do that.
Chelsea United 08 was the biggest, I'm sure, Europa. But we played Barca in 2011 and Barcelona shirts sold out in Liverpool. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's good that United aren't in it. I'm happy one game a week for. No, I disagree though, because I believe we needed that revenue, and I don't like it. I don't like, bro. Call it selfishness for content purposes as well. I like having an extra game in the week, bro, to go and watch. This season, I've had a nice every Thursday. I know I don't need to do anything because I can just do my watch along because I know I've got a Thursday watch along. And now next season, I'm gonna have. Look, bro, we're starting the Carabao Cup in August, I believe, because we're in Europe. We're not in Europe, so we start we play the first round of the League Cup.
Yeah,
it's looking real peak, looking real peak.
Yeah, if anything, playing the Champions League actually hurts me more, bro, because
we better win the League Cup next season. By the way, that best be the first. The first trophy we can win is the League Cup. We better win that League Cup. We better fucking win that League Cup. I don't care who the manager is, who the team is. I don't care what it is. They better fucking win that League Cup. That's the first trophy. That will rectify this feeling at least a little bit. Do you get what I'm saying? I can sit there and go, cool, at least I won the League Cup. And the next trophy, I could sit there and flex on them. I don't think we're going to win it, but I say, cool, let's try and win it. Do you know what I'm saying? Build a good enough team, build a competent team, and let's go and win there. You know what I'm saying?
I hear it. I thought my days of running home in a suit and tie from work were over, innit? But now we've qualified for another competition in which I have to do the same thing next season. So yeah, man, I guess my times of running around is not over, man. It's over for the summer, but yeah, it's not over, man. I mean, it's a blessing in disguise, I guess, isn't it? Because obviously I get more content, but yeah, just running around in a suit and tie is not fun, bro. It's not fun at all. I hate it.
Listen, we are in Europe. I don't think it's a good thing, bro. I can't lie. But people could say that what they want in it. I personally think I just want to make sure we win a trophy next season, mate. That's what I'm saying. Make sure we win a fucking trophy next season. Blessing in disguise. That's what people are saying. That listen, that's what Arsenal fans were doing, bro. I'm not doing that. I can't lie. It's not a blessing in disguise for me. Do you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be in Europe next season.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? Touchline. I've been to Turkey to have a hair transplant, and Arsenal still haven't won a trophy. That's just. I hate watch J6 Arsenal. Yeah, man.
The hate watch is great.
Yeah, we got to sell some players, bro. We got to get rid of some players, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't think you get rid of many. You definitely won't get rid of like Maguire and Luke Shaw. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Yeah, Luke Shaw ain't going nowhere, bro. No one ain't buying that fat fuck. That's
And because of the
embarrassing.
amount of money they're on as well is
I
insane.
think it's the second round. It might be the first. No, it might be it's probably the second one. It's definitely before the other teams though. Send Leeds back down. We can play every other week game if we go far in the League Cup. Just the difference is the League Cup when we won it, we got very, very lucky draw because everyone else knocked themselves out. Man City throw that cup in the bin. Liverpool don't. Liverpool don't throw themselves in the bin. Liverpool got knocked out by Man City that year in the League Cup. So we have to hope that Liverpool lose to Man City or Liverpool lose to someone, and then forget that because Newcastle try and win that every fucking year. We ain't gonna beat Newcastle. We ain't beat them in fucking ages. I don't think we've beat them. No, we beat them last season. We beat them once in the last like 5 times. So yeah, it's whatever. It's not going to be easy getting rid of 8 or 9 players and getting 8 or 9 in a manager mode. We're gonna Yeah, I sent Prime the link, by the way.
You said, oh, okay.
I sent him the link. I sent him the link in the group chat.
Yeah, it's in the group chat. Prime join up.
I did. I sent it in the group chat. But yeah, we better win that League Cup, bro. Tottenham could win the UEFA Suit. They won't win though. Let's be real. I know he said they'll win 4-0, but they ain't gonna win that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You ain't winning that.
I mean, we have more of a chance if we play PSG, but that's not saying much. If we face Inter, we're not winning.
PSG winning that Champions League. I've been saying that. Trey on times no Europe next season might be a blessing in disguise. Chelsea won the league in 16-17 when they're doing European distractions. Yeah, but they also had Eden Hazard, Conte as a manager, Cesc Fabregas, Diego Costa, John Terry, David Luiz, Courtois in goal. Do you know what I mean? So they also had a fucking spine of absolute legends of the game. Whereas we've got fucking Maguire, Luke Shaw, who else, bro?
Yeah, the team differences. Yeah, team difference is completely insane.
Even a final or two. Just win me a final, but just win me a trophy, mate. Win me a trophy. Next season, I don't care, brother. I don't care. Listen, I want to do well in the league. I want to get top 6 again. Be up there, be an half-decent team again. You are scum of the earth. Mate, fucking hell, mate. That's a bit fucking far.
Bit much.
That's a bit much, mate. Chill out, fella. Amran has to do. We have to, bro. I don't mind finishing. If you said to me next season, look, 5th might get Champions League football. If you said to me 5th or 6th next season and you win a cup, I'll take it, bro. Take it in a fucking heartbeat. I couldn't care less. I'll take it over 4th. I'm winning nothing.
If anything, people should have more confidence about winning trophies if Tottenham can win one.
Yeah,
anything,
but I don't see us winning a trophy next season. I really don't. But I'm open to being proved wrong. Casemiro 330 grand a week. Yeah, hopefully Saudi will fucking come in for that though. Maguire contract extension last year. Arsenal fans are challenging for the league touchline. Huge difference. Come down to earth. We're just another club needing for a rebuild right now. Yeah, we are. We're in decimated state, man. We need a 23-man squad, bro. We need to buy some players, man. I think Cunha will be done by the end of this week. Hopefully, Delap, depending on Chelsea, I believe. But I don't know. Chelsea may get Champions League and then go in for someone else, or they may get maybe they will get Champions. We'll have to wait and see. A couple of youth should be in the team, but anyways, we've got Prime here. Big up, bro.
Yo. Oh god, man.
That's what I'm saying, but Elijah, did you cry last night?
Nah. Didn't cry. That's a bit because I don't love football that much. Like I love football, but not enough to cry. You know what I'm saying? And I've always said, like, compared to the rest of these Tottenham YouTubers, I don't love Tottenham that much, innit? Like, I'm here more of loyalty than love. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I'm really happy. You know, I've always wanted to see Tottenham win a trophy. So, yeah, I was really, really happy. But crying is a bit much, innit? I don't have as much of an emotional attachment no more.
Yeah, crying. Brian, what you saying, bro?
I'm good, guys. What's up, everyone? I don't want the lap at all. I hope United get that deal done early.
Chelsea might not get Champions League though. That's what I was saying. They'll get Europa League no matter what. They might not get Champions League.
Yeah, but no, we're getting Champions
League. No. You could get 7th though again. No, because if Forest beat you and Villa win or Villa draw, they'll both go above you. So you could actually get Champions League.
That's awesome to hear. We're beating Forest.
You ain't beating Forest.
Okay. We're beating Forest.
You ain't being Forest. I'll be here on Sunday. I don't care about it anymore because I'm not trying to hate watch because I haven't got the energy to hate watch anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? I haven't got that fire in my belly. But listen, you're not beating Forest, and Villa will beat Man United.
Yeah.
Villa will smack Man United 2-0.
All right. Well, we're beating Forest, so
All right, we'll see. We'll see about that one. We're saying
Yeah.
Ekitike. I haven't watched Ekitike, but I know Sesko's a scrub. Sesko's shit.
Ekitike is good. I remember
I've
from
never
the
watched it.
Frankfurt game.
Ekitike, I heard, is quite similar to Isak. That's what I heard. But I know
Yeah, in
Sesko's
terms of
absolutely
frame, yeah,
dog.
they say that because he's skinny and tall, and that's but like he's similar, sure, but yeah, slightly different. But he is a good player though. From watching
yeah,
him, I think.
Sesko's not good. Ekitike is meant to be like still quite raw.
Yeah.
But the striker I want is Osherman.
Fairs. Yeah, that's a good striker. I mean, I remember turn things around. I hear it. To be fair, once you know what it is, yeah, because of what's happened with Angia, everyone's a lot more optimistic about their current situations, isn't it? Like seeing Tottenham Hotspur being 17th and winning the Europa League has now gotten so many people way more optimistic about
Forget that as well. Palace won a trophy. Newcastle won a trophy.
that as well,
It's
innit?
in
Yeah.
England. Do you know what I'm
But
saying?
even so, like not to diminish Palace or Newcastle, but Newcastle were clearly trending in the right direction. And yeah, Palace, to be fair, that's also an exception. They hadn't really won a trophy, so shout out to Palace, innit? But Tottenham, the most bantered team in world football, winning a trophy after 17 years, after being in multiple finals as well. Like this is like our fifth final since we won in 2008, I think it is. Either fourth or fifth.
It's
Yeah.
the fifth one. You lost
The
4 on
fifth
the
one.
bounce without scoring. Without
Yeah,
scoring a goal, by the way.
Yeah, without scoring a goal,
And
literally.
you
So
beat Man United 1-0. It's crazy.
yeah, so it's I think just because Tottenham have how bantered they are, the fact that we could be so bad this season and still win a trophy this season out of all
Bless up.
seasons.
All right, bless up to Will for the raid. I just seen on his stream he's raided. So bless up to everyone.
Hey,
Make sure everyone coming in hits the sub button, hits the like button. I'll get both links. And Prime, you got a channel in it? Prime, do you have a channel?
No.
Oh, you don't know, right? So no. Big up to Joshy, by the way. Listen, I'm feeling down about the club. I wouldn't sack Amarim because I don't think he can turn it around. Because I do think he can turn it around. I would sack him because he's lost the final in an unforgivable way. The way he lost last night is unforgivable. It's unforgivable what happened. Luke Shaw, yeah, at centre back. That's why I don't ever go at Kurt. Kurt in the chat if he's still there. Yeah, Kurt's pep out. I can see why. Because he lost to Palace, and it weren't as if Palace played well. But it was because City's fuck-ups by their tactical setup. I would have told you Luke Shaw, yeah, was not working at left centre-back. Do you know why? Because a left centre-back in a back three, they have to run with the ball. They have to go into the midfield. They have to run and charge with the ball. He doesn't want to do that because he can't, because he's overweight. He's fat, yeah? So what happened was Luke Shaw at centre-back, right, kept trying to get the ball, and he could only pass to Dorgu because if he went long, it goes into Højlund. Van der Ven and Romero sweeps up because Højlund can't do anything, right? So Luke Shaw passes it into Dorgu. Then what? Porro reads it. Or yes, so then if they block off the pass to Dorgu, Luke Shaw's got to go back. Do you get what I'm saying?
I hear that. No, to be fair, yeah, Luke Shaw was terrible, to be fair. I was
Luke
really
Shaw has
surprised
played. He has played left centre back before. He is an experienced defender. That's probably why Amarim's been doing that. I think the reason wanting Amarim out is fine. I think the reason why you want Amarim out is a bit crazy. Wanting him out because you lost the final, as opposed to how bad you've been in these 6 months, is, like priorities are a bit wrong. I think, like, because if you had won the final against Spurs, would you then say you keep Amarim?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he would have given me something to buy into. He got something terribly wrong. By the way, hit the sub button, people, yeah? Because YouTube done me dirty. YouTube done me dirty and they took 10 subs off me. So make sure you hit the sub button. Get me to 640 subs. We've got 45 people inside. So come on, people. You can get me. Surely there's got to be at least 10 people, 11 people that have not subscribed yet. So hit the sub button.
Yeah,
hit
the likes, hit the subs.
Luke Shaw, yeah.
I don't know. Do you think it'd be a Ten Hag trophy, though? Like, if you won the Europa League?
No. Nope. Ten Hag's biggest problem was the fact that he kept buying shit players. He kept trusting shit players.
No, I don't mean in terms of that. I mean in terms of like the football was horrible. You weren't winning games consistently, and you were dropping down the table, but you managed to pick up trophies, so it papered over the cracks. Wouldn't that be the same situation? Even though Amram hasn't bought anyone, but it's still like he's still like if a manager needs specific players every single club he goes to, and he can only play one system, then that means he's not that good of a manager. That's what that means.
Yeah, Lenny, you're a good player.
No, even that. I don't even think
Lenny, like Maguire as well.
It's a bit of a weird one, but I understand like a manager wanting to like build a squad, right? But when you come immediately into a club, unless the club actually do their due diligence and they bring a manager that fits the club's like ethos and style, if you do what like United have done, or what Spurs did when you hired Ange, or even what Chelsea did when you hired in Maresca, and you bring in a manager with a specific certain point, you do have to get the best out of what you have until you can have, say, a window, maybe 2 years or whatever, to like transition towards having a squad that fits what you want to do. And at that point, like, you got to get the best out of what you have currently until you can get to a summer, get to a second season, and then we can start seeing what you're doing with your own, you know, signings and players.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He hasn't given me anything to suggest he deserves it.
Yeah, but if he had beat Spurs, that would still not be a reason to buy.
No, it is. If you win a trophy in your first season, in that squad, it would give me a reason to go, cool, I can upgrade in this, I can improve this.
You say with that squad, that this same squad has won 2 trophies on the bounce. They've been to 3 cup finals.
It's not the same squad as last season. The team that started the cup final last season, Varane was at centre back. Mm-hmm. That's one. McTominay was in the squad. He's not there. Rashford was in the squad. He's not there. So there's 3 players. And
those are the same players that United fans will say, like, Varane was old.
Someone else is wrong. Amrabat, that's 4.
Amrabat is not good. McTominay, people will say, is not good. Rashford, people will say, was not good.
Yeah. And I don't think any of this...
Now have the lit who's meant to be better at centre-back. I don't know. I just think that what's going on, Amram should have got more points. Like, the thing is, if he had come in and been like just at worst similar to what Ten Hag was doing, then it's a valid argument to say these players are not good. You know, like, he needs time to build the squad. Where you are 1,000 times worse. So why, if you can't get the best out of what's here, then how can I trust you?
No. That's a bad logic, and I'm not comparing him to Pep, but look at Pep this season. Has Pep got the best out of that Man City squad? Probably not. But we know
when Pep first went to Man City, he finished third or fourth?
Third in his first season, 1-0 trophies.
With a team that, like, fine, good players.
They were tipped to win the league that year as well. They were tipped to win the league that year. They were the favourites to win that league that year. When they finished third that season, they were
Pep's credentials.
And also they had De Bruyne, they had Sterling, Fernandinho, Aguero, David Silva, Vincent Kompany, John Stone.
What was Pep's first?
Players off the top of my head.
What was Pep's first season?
16-17. You won the league that year, and Tottenham finished second.
They were favourites because of Pep, not necessarily just on the player solely.
Yeah. All right, and he did, and
also the players Pep had were good, but to do what Pep wants.
Because remember the narrative. Remember when they finished fourth, the narrative was, "Oh, Pep can't win in the Premier League. It's a different animal. It's not Spain. It's not Germany." Like that, people were saying it because Pep's here. Exactly. Man City should win straight away, and because they finished.
I remember Pep, like, he started off well, but it got to like December. I remember there was like a week where he got battered by Spurs and lost 4-0 to Everton. You remember that? Lookman,
he did lose 4-7.
And Lookman made his debut, and some other Everton kid made his debut against City, and like they scored against them. So, but again, Pep showed that, listen, with a squad that of good players, sure, but not what I want. I can still do the bare minimum, which is like third, fourth, whatever. But if you give me what I want, because he spent money in his first summer.
Let me start some of these comments, by the way. I'm going to start some of these comments and I will read them. But I'm sorry, because we're chatting and the chat is going past like really quickly, innit? So I'll start some of these comments. But I will say one thing, I will say one thing, I will say one thing, Listen, personally, the reason, like, you're playing a risky game, innit? You could just go back to a standard 4-2-3-1 manager, and you probably have the current crop of players you've got in your squad right now probably suited it best, and you will not have to change that much. I personally think Lenny Euro can play in a back. I think if you had a back four next season, just stand a back four, Delit, Lenny Euro, Dallo at left back, and Mazraoui at right back. I think that's a very solid back four. However, I think that's if you started next season with a back five of whoever at wing back, and for me, I think the complications are there, and I haven't given enough. He hasn't earned any loyalty from me anymore. He deserves to be. I would sack him personally. I would go and get a 4-2-3-1 manager. I would go and get who's a 4-2-3-1 manager on the market. There's got to be someone. Do you know what I'm saying? And I would just say, look, we'll do the back four. We won't have to buy a centre back then. We'll be fine because we'd have Delit, Euro, Martinez, Heaven, Maguire. I might maybe have to buy one more.
Yeah, but it's not just about saying back four manager or back five manager. The same question I had before. What is your club like? What is your actual philosophy? If you guys have one, then it's easier to get a manager that somewhat suits it. So that way you don't have to say, oh, well, the manager, he needs 2 summers to fix this because it's not good enough. You can bring in a manager that somewhat fits in.
Then cool. Do it this summer then. Go and sell Mainu because Mainu clearly don't fucking like Mainu. If you bring him on for 2 minutes, clearly don't like him. You don't like him. You don't think Mainu can play well in the system. If I'm saying you should have an internal discussion with Amarin. You should have an internal discussion with Amarin and say, look, Kobe Mainu, should we sell him? Yes or no? If Amarin turns around and says, no, give me a year, give me a pre-season to work with this player, and I will make him work in my system.
Yes, but it's not.
Bruno Fernandes, he'll want to keep it.
It's not. But it's not Amarim though. My thing is your club should have a way of play. It shouldn't be because Amarim, right? Fine, you buy players for Amarim like you did with Ten Hag because it was all about Ten Hag style. What he did at Ajax. When it fails with Amarim next season and he gets sacked, you're going to have wing backs who can't play in a 4 or can't play as wingers, and have centre backs can't play in the back 2. You're going to have inside 10s that can't play on the flanks.
Right, cool. Can I just say one thing? Yeah, if Amarin does fail 10 games into next season and we sack him, right, like we did with Ten Hag this season, you can just go down to Ole Glasner and we could just get him like that. Let's not tell me we can't. We could just sit there and say, look, Crystal Palace, here's 10 million in conversation. Glasner will pay you 250 grand a week. It'll be on a fucking 20 million a year, or not 20 million a year contract, but it'll be on like 12 million a year contract. And we'll say, you're telling me he's going to think Bayern View wants to link. What, you're not jumping on Roma? 1 sec, bro. Give me 2 seconds.
If that happens and Glasner goes to Man United, it'll be a massive red flag. Just like I said with Amarim, when he left in that brilliant situation at Sporting to go to Man United, it was a massive red flag.
Bro, can I ask you a question? I can say the same thing about Chelsea because I think players joining you lot is a bit of a red flag.
And you know what happened at Chelsea?
When Caicedo chose you lot over Liverpool,
it was a red flag. 2 summers ago, when we were trying to get managers, 2 summers ago, we were trying to get Luis Enrique. He rejected us. Trying to get Nagelsmann, he rejected us. We tried to get the Zerbi.
Do you know why they rejected you? Do you know why they rejected you?
No, hold on. I know why. I'm making my point. These top managers or perceived top managers rejected us. You know why? Because them coming to Chelsea and the sort of like weird up and down thing that we're doing is also a red flag. So I'm being consistent here. Look at Man United. Glasner, who is a very good coach, if he leaves a good situation at Palace.
Can I just say, Luis Enrique and Nagelsmann are 2 esteemed managers. One was at Bayern Munich, one was at Barca. Now one's now managing Germany. The other one managed Spain and now managed PSG. Glasner's been at Frankfurt and Crystal Palace. He's not exactly fucking managing fucking Bayern or Real Madrid, is he? So the biggest he'll ever get is probably Man United. But anyways, that's
the biggest he'll get to Man United in terms of what? Because you're big in name, but you just had like. You've had your worst ever season 3 of the last 4 years.
Let me ask you a question. Yes or no? If you were a player, you sign him for Crystal Palace or you sign him for Man United?
Currently, in this moment in time, Palace.
It depends. That's what I'm saying. It depends.
I'm only going to United for the bag, like what old man Varane did, old man Casemiro did. I'd only go for the bag. Because in reality,
both those players, by the way, just won more trophies at Man United than Crystal Palace have won in their history.
Well done. You're 17th, bro. You're 17th. Well done. Thank you.
16th.
Oh,
what's your point?
Big difference.
What's your point, though? What's your point? Because Crystal Palace next season will be 12th.
My point is you're still bad. My point is you're still bad.
Yeah, we're bad, but we won't be bad forever. Whereas Crystal Palace will always be in this fucking cycle.
Yes, but I won't stay.
We can break out of the fucking cycle. You've just said this is our worst season.
I won't stay at Palace forever. How long was do you know this, Elijah? How long was Olise at Palace? 3 years?
Yeah, just a couple years.
Okay, so I can go to Palace for 3 years as a young talent, and then I'll go Bayern Munich and win a Bundesliga my first year.
I mean,
what if you
I'd
can't?
rather do that.
What if you can't? What if I said no? What if you can't?
What if I can? I can go to other clubs.
Hold on.
What?
I'm sorry, right? But you've just done the most stupidest example because you're using the exception. You name me another player that's left Crystal Palace to Bayern Munich. You name me another player that's left.
I'm not using the exception.
One exception. Name me another player.
It's not just it's not just the one exception though. If I'm a young talent,
how often do you got to shop in the market of Crystal Palace? Well, one time in your entire history.
Yeah, but Bayern Munich sign young talents, bro. Not just at Palace. No, but not just Palace. But they sign young talents. So if I'm a young talent,
I need to start somebody's comments, by the way.
I would go to a club like a Palace or Dortment or wherever.
Because the point is, it's not just Crystal Palace. It's the size of the club.
Fulham signs Paulinho from Fulham.
It's not. It's the size. It's not.
Yeah.
You're basically. You're not
that's why he got sacked. That's why he got sacked, by the way.
Yeah, but he still also won the Bundesliga this season, Paulinho.
Right, but I'm talking about Tuchel.
The point is,
as big.
I'm not talking about Tuchel. I'm talking about Paulinho. He went to
Liam. Yes or no? You're not trying to offload him this season. You're not trying to offload him, aren't you? Yeah, there you go. Because he's barely played. He doesn't.
Take away from the talent of players.
He still went to Bayern from Fulham. Bayern signed young talents like this. Where did Bayern sign Gnabry from? Werder Bremen, was it?
Yeah.
You got Musiala from Chelsea's academy. You guys sign young talents like this. So it wouldn't be a surprise if, fine, you can say a Palace or a Fulham, but I can name any mid-table-ish club that develops.
Real Madrid just signed my man from Bournemouth, bro. So it happens, fam. The level of club doesn't really matter, fam. You got to look at
you guys
how you're going to be
Bellingham.
played, the manager, the system there. If you're going to be used correctly, Man United.
You guys wanted Holland. He chose to go to Dortmund over United, and now he's at Man City, and he's won 3 titles on the bounce. He's won.
You got to look at the culture. It's not just about the name. It's the culture.
That isn't actually true, by the way. He didn't choose Dortmund over Man United.
United is seen as a manager killer and a talent killer in terms of players, because that's what it's been the last 4 years.
Look at Manu.
You're saying that Mateus Cunha has just rejected Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Nottingham Forest. That's
Mateus Cunha. He's not one of the top talents in the world, bro. He's a good player, but
he'd start for every single one of our football clubs.
That's just
literally everyone on the including Liam, by the way. He started the left Liam.
Yeah, all right.
He's better than Nabry.
Well, let's look at our football clubs, right? We're talking about Tottenham, who won Europa. It's amazing, but Tottenham are 17th, and you just spoke on Chelsea, who are not that good. And you just said Chelsea. Why are all these players signing for Chelsea? That's a red flag. So again, if Cunha signed for Chelsea,
let's talk about Bayern.
Cunha's not starting at Bayern.
Bro, all of Bayern's wingers.
Liam, would Cunha start at Bayern on the left? Liam, would Cunha start at Bayern? Musiala plays in the 10.
On the left, he would, yeah.
On the left, yeah, because he has Sane is whack, though.
Jamal
Sane
plays
is whack. I'm saying Sane is whack, though. Of course.
Obviously, if they sign Verts, then the opinion changes.
Okay, so Bayern that can sign a better player than Cunha, then. Cool.
So they're not going for Cunha because they can get better. That's what I'm saying. Man United is perfect for Cunha right now, bro. It's a step up, it's more money, and it's not exactly a big fucking increase in talent.
What we're saying is not a disrespect to Man United, because you are a massive club in name and what you guys have done.
I do need to get comments.
Let's also be honest about what's going on right now. Look how Kobe Manu is viewed at Man United. He's a phenomenal talent, bro. And look how he's viewed.
If we put him up for sale, your club's gonna be the first in line for him, mate. So I'd watch him out.
He is a. Did you not hear what I just said? He's a phenomenal talent.
I thought you were saying because in
I'm not being sarcastic. He is a phenomenal talent, but look how he's being viewed.
Yeah,
You just been
Amarim before you guys signed Amarim, people were viewing Amarim as one of the best young managers in the world. He's on the short list to replace Pep at City if he eventually leaves. The same thing was said about Ten Hag, one of the best managers, young managers in the world. He's on the short list to replace Pep. Pogba, phenomenal world class talent. Juventus.
He made
banging goals at Everton before going to United.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But right, Liverpool were similar scenario. Yet they still signed best player, and we're the biggest club in England, so we're bigger than Liverpool and we're bigger than these teams, right?
Liverpool were in a similar scenario.
Hold on. Let me address him. Would you say
Liverpool were in a similar scenario when what?
Liverpool were 30 years without a trophy, without a league title, mate. They were about 8 years without a trophy.
But when were Liverpool seen as a talent killer and a manager
Liverpool
killer?
have never been 16th. They've never been 16th.
They've never had the culture of a manager.
Forget the 16th and 8th for the same fucking thing.
They're not. They're really not.
But were they viewed as like a culture killer, like a talent
killer?
But
hold on. But you've just told me this squad isn't even that as bad as 16th, no? You would agree that?
Yes, but you're here. But why are you here?
Right, cool. Anyways, let me address that. Let me tell you what I was going to say. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Man United, as I say, just signed Mateus Cunha. We could get the lap. I think he'll probably go Chelsea, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, you're telling me Man United are not going to be able to sign players this summer. You are lying to yourself. Man United. No. Let me finish this. Man United are not Tottenham. Man United are not Arsenal. Man United are not Chelsea. Man United are not Liverpool. Man United are the biggest club in England. We're the third biggest club on the planet, and we're definitely in the top 5 biggest clubs on the planet. Yeah,
definitely. I agree with that. You're top 2.
Hold on. No matter what. Yeah, there are going to be a pool of football players that will join Manchester United when we're in the pits, when we're in the absolute pits. There will still be football players that will join Manchester United. And Man United come through. Yeah.
You said nothing. You said nothing that we've disagreed with. I would say Man United actually top 2, to be fair, not top 3.
You need to sell your best players.
However, you saying there's a pool of players at Man United that will always sign for Man United because you're a big club. Fine. But you're going for Cunha and Bayern, who I would say Bayern, not as big as Man United, are going for Wirtz. That's levels.
Right for the lap.
Can I just address that point? Can I just address that point there? Wirtz is one of the best players in the planet in his position. Yeah, Man United. The reason why we can't go for him is not because we wouldn't be able to attract him. Because if Liverpool can attract him, so can we. Hold on, no. If Liverpool can attract him, so can we. We can't afford Florian Wirtz. We can't afford to pay.
You can't attract Wirtz either. You can't.
Liverpool can't attract Wirtz. You know why they can't? Because this is the same Liverpool. This is the same Liverpool that wanted Bellingham and he chose Real Madrid. Wanted Mbappe, he chose Real Madrid. They wanted Caicedo and Lavia, and they both.
Yeah, and Lenny Euro rejected Real Madrid last season for Man United, and so did Paul Pogba 6 years ago.
And well done.
Pogba's the last player who was in his prime.
Pogba's career at Man United. Pogba's career is at Man United. Pogba, phenomenal talent, but people will say Pogba's career at Man United, he's a flop. Lenny Euro. Lenny Euro this season at Man United finished 16th. So
you're forgetting the point. Yes, they may say he's a flop. I don't think he's a flop, but they may say he's a flop. But he still chose Manchester United over fucking Real Madrid.
And
that was a big mistake for him.
When we were in the Europa League.
And that was a big mistake for him. If he had gone to Bayern, he could have won a couple of Champions Leagues. If he had gone to Real Madrid, God knows how many more they could have won.
So what does that do for Pogba? It did nothing. It ended his career early.
Well done. You guys bought Pogba and you got Lenny Euro. Well done.
Didn't it?
You're still where you are.
It can happen again.
Yeah, okay, fine. And you're still where you are. So it's not. What difference does that make?
We're not where we are because we signed Paul Pogba. We're where we are because of
no. But my point is, you signed a Lenny Euro, and I'm not saying you're where you are because of Lenny Euro, but you signed Lenny Euro.
Yeah, Lenny Euro ain't a flop, by the way. Who said Lenny Euro?
No. I'm not saying he is.
He's been one of our best players this season.
My point is,
and he's signed for everyone on this panel again.
My point is, you signed Lenny Euro, and you still are where you are, not because he's not where you are because of him, but you signed him. And the difference still didn't.
I agree with that. But my point is, what you're saying is like, you're saying Manchester United like basically you're saying we're not attracting players, but then saying we are. I don't get it. Man
I
United are
didn't
going to
say
attract.
I didn't say you don't attract players.
I agree. Man United are not going to attract like Rod. I don't think we're going to get Gyökeres. Gyökeres is on the market this season. I believe if we won that Europa League, I still don't think we were getting him. But I believe if we won the Europa League, we would have a good chance of getting Gyökeres. I don't think we're going to get him. I think he goes Arsenal. I agree. But Liam Delap isn't a bad player. He's a miles better upgrade on Rasmus Højlund.
Touchline. I'm gonna explain it to you. Touchline. Cool. You man can attract with what you have now. You can attract 6 to 7 out of 10 players. That can occasionally on the off day perform like an 8 or 9 out of 10 player.
And to be fair, that is what Man United needs.
You guys 8 or 9 out of 10 players. You can't do it because. This is not 10 years ago, where Man United were just a few years off winning a title and we're still winning European trophies and all this shit. This is not 2016. This is not 2017. This is 2025. Man United are 16th. Even though they won 2 trophies the last 2 years, they were abysmal under Ten Hag. They were abysmal this year. They're going to have no Europe next season. Liverpool just won the title, and even Arsenal are in the Champions League. So
I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying about A players, yeah, but I don't think many of them are on the market anyways, because there's only a certain pool of A-star players in world football anyways. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you're looking at
like 8 out of 10. Like 8 out of 10 is good. But that level of player is
not. We're not linked with them. We're linked with the likes of Edison from Atalanta, which I think we'll get. I think we'll probably get him. Cunha, I think we'll get him.
Even those level of players, if let's say United and Liverpool are in a race, they're going Liverpool. If United and Arsenal are in a race, more than likely they're going to go to Arsenal because they're just more attractive right now than United. Like just playing for Man United isn't enough anymore when you're losing and losing and losing. It's not worth it enough. Man United have a history, sure, but every year that goes by and you man are shit, that's another year away from the history.
That's
this
point
is what Arsenal fans fail to
realize. This point was all about because I said Glasner would leave Palace for Man United, which he would. And my point will go back to Liverpool. Liverpool got Jurgen Klopp from Dortmund. So at the end of the day,
great. Bang on. And the same way how Amorim left, it was a massive red flag, and now his stocks have plummeted from just in 6 months. Glasner, who's just won an FA Cup with Palace, I think he won a trophy in his last job. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he won the Europa League.
If he was to leave in October to go to Man United, and a similar thing happens this year, that you're just plummeting your stocks. You will not see that. It won't make sense.
I don't get your point. I don't get your point. He'd still do it. It doesn't matter if because you're forgetting one thing you're considering here, right? Sports people, footballers, managers, they all are fucking arrogant. They all believe their own hype. They believe their own gas. He will believe he can do this. Anyways, I've got to get some of these comments because I've fucking been ignoring the entire chat the whole time. Vert, see Liverpool compete and win trophies. Enough time did see United do so. Yeah, Vert, listen, if Man United were at the top of the game, we'd be up there for Verts. Apparently, Arsenal only have €100 to spend this summer. So how they buying all these players? Who have they bought?
Zubamendi, I guess.
Yeah, Zubamendi. Look at Napoli without Europe. Conte going to win it again. I hear that, but that's because that league shit. Weird things happen. Touchline, depending on
the Serie
it's depending on recruitment. Mateus Cunha's got to get. Serie A is a terrible league, awful league.
It's not
horrendous league, horrendous. It's played in slow mo. It's played in slow mo, mate.
But it's not, bro. People could also say the Premiership. We're not doing this.
I'd agree, but it's not as shit as a Serie A. But anyways, let me think. Right, recruitment wise. Players on the market that we're linked with: Cherky, Cunha, Edison from Atalanta, Emi Martinez, Liam Delap. Who else have we linked with? Chat. I don't know. We need to see what we're going to do with sales. Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Bruno, Garnacho, Mainu, whoever gets sold, make 200 million of sales. Buy players. You need to spend 300 million this summer, minimum. Yeah, that minimum.
Maybe it doesn't have to be as big as 300. But again,
it has to be a complete reset because it doesn't matter. It has to be a complete reset.
I agree. It has to be a complete reset, but a complete reset doesn't mean it has to be ridiculous money. But regardless, I think the point I've been making with United could still stand. Where, I've been saying if United win Europa, like you guys will plummet next year. But if you don't win Europa, you'll actually build properly and you'll actually be fine. Well, maybe it'll be a slow build.
How many likes are we on, people? Right. Oi, make sure you hit the sub button as well, man. Come on, we're on 631. There's 28 people in. There's 29 people inside. Get me to 640 subs.
It's I don't know.
Newcastle are the real
still gonna be-
United. Yeah, one sec, I've got to get it.
Yeah.
Newcastle are the real United centre act tonight. Bro, they're the biggest begs in the Premier League. Like I said, bro, if they try and force a rivalry with Man United, I'll be honest with you. Like, I would never be a rival with a football club that I literally own. I literally own their football club. I actually used to like Newcastle when I was younger. Yet all of a sudden they've got a bit of money, they've got a little sugar daddy, and now they're coming up trying to flex on it. Do you get what I'm saying? Whilst I've been sitting there grinding my arse off for 50 years, and now I'm a billionaire, and they've got a few millions here, and they're sitting there, you know, with their sugar daddy this, sugar daddy that, and they're trying to chat to me, bro.
That's how that works. But,
do you know what I'm saying? Listen, they can sit there and waffle about real United. There's only one United. When you go on holiday and you speak to someone in Greece and you go, I support United, they don't think Newcastle, do they? Yeah, they think Man United.
To be fair, when you mention United, people laugh. But, you know.
Yeah, of course they do, bro. Fourth without a trophy, I don't care. Call me Arsenal. Nah, I'll take fifth or sixth without with a League Cup, mate. I need that. Cunha, Delap, and a right 10. Yeah, go and get me Cunha, Delap, and Cherky, bro. And for Ahmad as well. Yeah. But I don't think we're going to get Cherky now because we ain't got Champions League. I think he'll get a Champions League club. Unless Dortmund come in for him. He'll choose us over Dortmund. Chelsea get Europa League regardless if they lose or draw. I read that one out. It's not true.
United being this big club, which again I agree. Why do you guys do you not still spend money without Champions League?
Would you say again, bro?
Because United are a club where you print money in terms of shirt stuff and all that stuff. So why do you need Champions League money? It should be fine.
Because we're in debt and we keep losing money we've lost money for 5 years on the bounce. So what they're saying is
we've been hearing that United are in debt for ages and you still spend money.
Cal, let me just explain it. Yeah, we're still paying off. We've got high wages. We're still paying off signings from years ago, and the business has kept losing. And FFP, that's the thing, FFP, right? Stuff like that. Listen, I don't know too much of the ins and outs. I'm not a financial expert. I don't pretend to be. I just know basic common sense that if the business keeps losing money, eventually it runs out of money. Yeah, Ineos are pumped in over 1 billion to buy the club, and then they pumped in a further 300 million to clear the thing out. However, owners can only pump in 100 million over 3 years, right? And PSR rules, because we've spent money and spent it badly. Yeah, we've already spent money. It's not like we haven't spent money. We know we spent a lot of money. We spent a lot of money. Yeah. PSR rules have put us in a predicament where we're paying off a lot of money. That's what I assume. And without Champions League football, stuff like that, yes, we do print money. You're not wrong. But also there are a lot of fans that don't buy. Man United are the most supported club in the world. Yet we are the third best shirt sales in England. Arsenal and Liverpool are above Man United. Because some fans don't buy the kits because of the owners. They don't like them. Do you get what I'm saying? So,
not even just that, because you also have you're the third most in shirt sales in England. Who's first and who's second? Do you know in the order?
No, Arsenal were first, Liverpool was second. I think it might.
Why? You know why Arsenal are first? Because their PR is the best in the world.
Yeah, and their kits are banging. To be fair, I'll be real.
Yes, because of it's part of the PR. And Liverpool being second also makes sense.
The only thing Arsenal and Liverpool just have more supporters in England, and United have more supporters globally.
No chance. Because I've never met one. I grew up in Croydon, full of Man United fans in Croydon, South London. I met one Liverpool fan. I met one Liverpool fan in my life. In my entire life in Croydon, listen, Manchester United are the most supported club in England by far. But also, bro, you do know kits can be bought all across the world. I can buy a Real Madrid kit. Doesn't mean I'm living in Spain.
Yeah, but I think that still goes back to my point of the PR that Arsenal produce is the best in the world. Do you remember? Was it last year at Carnival? They dropped a Jamaican third kit. Yeah. And people were wearing it at Carnival. People were wearing it, and they're not Arsenal fans. They're not football fans, but because it's Carnival, Jamaican colors, it makes sense. And that's why they're wearing it.
I've got to read some of these comments because I've literally started 30 of them. So I'm just going to ring. I know there's more coming through as well. Bless up to everyone. The chat is moving mad. This has been a lot extreme so far. Bless up to all for the race. Stop making sense. People also fail to deep that Amarin came playing a system. These dusty players have never played and can't play. I'm glad he didn't change his style to expose these frauds. I agree with that 100%, by the way. I agree with that. I don't care that. Listen, I get we lost the final, we lost it. Cool. I agree though that he should never have changed. He should have exposed these players, and he's exposed them. Yeah, I agree with that. Amarin would do a better job. People think I'm mad.
The thing with the
I don't think it would because they're wingbacks, bro. Listen, bro, I need to do some of these comments, bro, because I can't lie. But listen, you lot can disagree with that. Some people don't like Amarin. I would have sacked him. I would sack him because he lost. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not me thinking. I just agree that these players needed exposing, and I don't think these players are that good. And hopefully now they've been exposed. No matter what, the board know they have to do something this summer. They have to rectify what's gone on this summer. So now they're looking at it going, because I would have gone in last season, yeah. When they went in last season and they said they went into with an attack of, because I didn't know Sancho was leaving until the last day, right? So their attack was Anthony, who we knew was a flop already, Garnacho, Ahmad, Rashford, Højlund, and Xerxes. I said, I would have told you last season we needed another attacker, yeah? Let alone when we got rid of Sancho as well. And then in January, they got rid of Anthony and Rashford. So we're going into the season now, already light up top, and then we got rid of another attacker, yeah? Because they thought, we'll give Garnacho another year. We'll see if Garnacho develops. We'll see if Højlund develops. Me, I'm not like that, bruv. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. But now they can't do that. They can't put their hopes in that. They know this season, next season, they've got to go out and buy players. They've got to go and rectify the losses. People don't deep how much preseason is important to managers. That is true. That is very true. Judge Amarin next season. Fairs. But listen, I do agree with some of it partly. It's just because he lost the final, bruv, and he done it. Ram was outstanding in the FA Cup final. Yeah, he's one of the best players. This is worse than the Potters Chelsea. We haven't reached 40 points.
Yes.
Yeah, it's up there, bro. I keep only Ahmad, Maz, Kobe, and Yora. I hear that, bro. Dalab is dog shit, and Mazraoui has 0 attacking output to be a right back. I think Wan-Bissaka is not better than Mazraoui, by the way. No, Mazraoui's not got 0 attacking output, bro. He created the best chance of the game. Amarin is a special. The header for Bruno was Mazraoui. That was Mazraoui's cross, and that should have been a goal. Bruno bottled it. Amarin is a special manager, though. He's suited to club philosophy. That's why he couldn't suit settled clubs. That's why he could suit settled clubs. I hear that. Then Amarin should have pushed Amad Diallo at right wing back, Manu Ugarte in midfield. Yeah, he should have switched up, bruv. He got it tactically awfully wrong, bruv. I would have. The centre back scenario was definitely one, but Pep knew he could find. Pep knew he could find good players compared to 10 expertise. So finding a budget player. By the way, Liam, have you heard that Ten Hag's going to Leverkusen?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that? Are you worried?
No.
You don't think he'll cook there?
He needs to. He might, but he needs to rebuild. They're losing half their team. Like
what happened? By the way, what happened with your stream with Omar? What happened to it?
Something's wrong with Omar's internet.
Oh, nice.
So that's why we didn't do it. But on Ten Hag, he's losing Frimpong, he's losing Wirtz, and Kempe wants out, Schick wants out, Boniface wants out, Palacios is linked out, Xhaka's linked out. That's half his team.
Fairs.
So that's whoever gets Wirtz, though, that's big money to rebuild anyway.
Yeah, but they probably won't spend it like Dortmund.
Wow, yeah.
Touchline, get this out of your head. Why do you want short-term glory? I would rather suffer for 1 or 2 seasons than rebuild. We've suffered for 1 or 2 seasons, though, bro. I hear that, though. Hey, listen, this summer window, yeah, has got to be banging. Yeah, you've got to. Man, I can't do another season of this shit, bro.
Define banging. Define banging.
Bro, do what do you mean banging? Listen, defining banging, right, is me saying get rid of 7 players or 8 players, 9 players, and signing 7 or 8, 9 players.
Not happening.
But do you want me to name the players I would sign? Do you want me to name the players that would
No, but I'm just
because I don't know now because we haven't got Champions League football, so I don't know the finances of the football club, and I don't know who wants to come. I don't know who will want to come because we haven't got European football. So I don't.
But you say you don't know the finances of the club, but you still want to get rid of 7 and bring in 7.
Yeah, because we can sell players.
Can you?
Yeah, we got a lot of expensive assets. Garnacho.
I don't know. United
are not great at selling players for money.
Plus, if the players have been exposed for not being that good, then that just lowers their value even more.
You're not a Chelsea or a Liverpool who can sell players.
United could do with that woman that was under Abramovich, bro. What was that woman called that was selling players?
Marina Granovskaya.
Oh, mate, yeah, and has that famous clip of that guy, and he goes, "The first thing wrong is that upstairs." Do you know that one? He calls it the S word. Yeah, I'm saying. I know. Yeah. Crystal Palace.
I know what you're going to say about the Bruno thing from Saudi, the same with Garnacho. You won 60 million in January from
He sold McTominay for 30 million. I know he's cooking at Napoli, yeah, but let's not pretend he's a good player because he's not.
But you said you sold him for 30 mil, but like Chelsea sold Mason Mount and Havertz for how much? And they're not good.
But we're not pretending we're a better selling club than you, and we're also you've just proven the point. Like you can sell players.
No. There
will be someone that will take a punt on Garnacho.
You guys don't sell players for like big money like that. So how are you gonna if you don't have money because no Champions League? How are you gonna raise money? Like people talk about Chelsea, who spent over $1 billion and stuff. You've also raised the money to be able to spend it that much.
Yeah, nice. Bigger chance of Crystal Palace finishing in the top 10. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Bigger chance in the next. No chance. Palace has never got top 10 in their lives, mate. Europa League, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember that. That must be out of context. Nagelsmann is available in 2026. Amarim's contract expires in 2026. Yeah, listen. If people think we can't attract good managers and good players, let them think that, bruv. We've got 35 people inside, by the way. I need to get all the links in the chat. I will do that. Hit the sub button. Hit the like button. I'm on 632 subs. So if 8 of you that haven't subscribed yet, get me to 640 subs. Bless up to everyone inside. Amarin is a good coach, and a manager will succeed if for at least another 10 years minimum. We'll get cups there, and that's it. I hope you're wrong, bro. Glasner ain't it though. Man United fans are turning in when we lose 10 in a row. His late boomer. Oh, fair enough. Incorrect. Bowley rejected Luis Enrique and chose Pochettino over him. Look at that. Maybe that's true.
No, that's not true.
Work in 210s. Nah. Bruno and Cunha would be terrible 210s, bro. Bruno's not playing in the 10.
Why? That's not true because Enrique, we wanted Enrique, and he said that he wants more experience in the team. He wants us to buy experience, and that's why it was a thing of we rejected him. But really, you rejected.
It was PR in it. It was PR. We weren't gonna meet his Liam, what's going on with Stiller? Do you know?
Nothing from what I've seen at the moment. He's injured at the moment, isn't he?
So he's not. So Madrid haven't made a move. You haven't made a move.
He's just on the list for them.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get him though, bro. Let's be real, bro. Why would Andre Stiller go to Man United if Madrid and Bayern?
I think United could buy well, but like the players you go for, they don't always have to be the most obvious and high profile of targets. There's quality players out there that you can get on the cheap if you spend well.
Yeah, I agree. We got Mazraoui for 12 million. Chelsea and Man United lost a lot. I would rather have Rodrigo go to Arsenal than those two. Oh, he's a Madrid fan, I'm guessing. Top clubs will be consistent to qualify Champions League. That's what most clubs will try to win. Yeah, Rodrigo ain't going to Man United. We ain't going to go in for him anyway. No, Prime Gigs did an interview with Haaland and asked why he didn't come to United. Haaland basically said Ollie asked for not going in. No, Prime Gigs did an interview with Haaland and asked why he didn't come to Haaland. Basically said ask Ollie for not going in for him. Yeah, I know Haaland didn't reject Man United for Dortmund. He would have joined us. To be honest with you, I do remember, actually, now you've mentioned that, the reason why it is because he wanted a release clause in his contract and United said no. United need a bigger rebuild. Will be one of the most difficult upcoming seasons for them to sign players in the summer. Facts, bro. Big up to you, PSG fan. Cunha is PL proven, but he's not. I agree he's not world class. I never said he's world class. He's just a good player. That was wanted by other top Premier League clubs. United is a graveyard for talents and managers. You could say that. There have also been players. There have been players that have succeeded this. Let's not pretend there hasn't. Bruno could go to Saudi.
Is Cunha better than Mason Mount from like 2020 to 2022? I don't think he is, but
maybe not. Maybe not. But guess what, bro? Guess what?
Mm.
That Mason Mount's dead, bruv, and he ain't ever coming back. He's long dead.
Oh no!
So-
I'm not talking about this Mason Mount. I'm talking about like.
Yeah, but I'm saying that Mason Mount is dead, so it's
Oh,
irrelevant.
that I agree with as well. I'm just saying, whatever. It's United signing. It's fine.
But seen Liverpool complete and win trophy. Yeah, I read this comment, didn't I? Bless up to everyone in the chat. Right, let's get back to the fucking comments now. Touchline facts: Man United should sign Ramirez. So I have no idea who that is, bro. I'll be so real. No idea who that is. We sold McTominay for 27. I want 40 to 50 million for gear. Bearing in mind, if you sell one of your academy players, it goes down as triple the value, doesn't it?
It's double, yeah, because it's pure
Bang,
profit.
Chelsea did 2022, 2023 season. Exactly. You lot finished 12th, bruv. And you signed Caicedo in the next. Hold on.
Yeah.
You just said to me, we finished 16th, and you're going, man, Liverpool never finished this. Dude, you finished 12th, and you signed Caicedo the next summer. Cole Palmer at the time wasn't a wanted player. He wanted by Southampton. He was wanted by Southampton.
Yes.
Caicedo was wanted by Liverpool, and you signed him. Yeah. So explain that one. If Man United can't attract players, but Chelsea could, but we 16th and 12th is the same thing. Don't care what you tell me.
Do you know? You remember when Elijah said, because with the Pogba stuff, and Elijah was talking about how like a decade ago United were a few years off a title, and they weren't viewed as being this bad. Chelsea, when we signed Caicedo, we were maybe 2 years off just winning the Champions League. No, maybe 3 years off winning a Champions League. 2 years off of just winning the Club World Cup.
Yeah, so, 2 years, max 3 years.
Also, the money we were able to raise to buy like a Caicedo was due to Man United and Arsenal being dumb enough to buy Mason Mount and Kai Havertz from us. We gutted our squad after that season, 22-23. We gutted the squad. And like, will United do that? Will you guys gut your squad? Will you guys get max money for shit players to be able to then like spend big in over 2 summers to rebuild your squad? No, you're not going to do that. So situation is not the same.
How does it feel? The Lions,
unless you sell your main assets, Manu and Ahmad are your big assets. Unless you sell those two, I don't see how you're going to get big money for players.
I just want to know, like, the marquee signings for Man United, what did they leave Man United for? Because they would have been on big wages, because that's really the biggest issue, is that a lot of the Man United players are on massive wages. Like I said, it wasn't on big wages at Brighton, so it's easier for them to make the move. Selling a lot of players from Man United isn't either. Yeah, it's not just about selling them for a profit. It's also about them taking a.
What is this guy's profile picture and name, by the way?
It's Arteta with the Infinity Gauntlet.
What the fuck? Bless up to everyone inside. Let me get everyone's links up, bro. I'm gonna go for a bit. I'm gonna do a bit longer, to be honest with you, bro. I can't lie. I wanna try and get 640 subs, man. So listen, there's got to be 8 people inside. Do you know what I'm saying? There's got to be 8 people inside. Let me get to this comment.
Share this with anyone if you know United fans or just Premier League fans in general or football fans in general. Share this to them. Share this. Tell them to tune in to the stream and subscribe.
Let me get everyone's links in anyways. But yeah, as I was saying, touchline facts, you could also get Xavi Simons for RB Leipzig, which won't play Europe next season. Liam, correct me if I'm wrong, they bought him for 80 million though.
Yes, I think.
So why would they sell him for 30-40 million a year or two later?
They want 80 million from.
They're not buying for 80 million.
RB Leipzig bought him because their plan was to be able to buy him and like kind of flip him for money. So
how much did they buy him for?
I'm not entirely sure, but I think they bought him like cheap enough, like maybe 40s, 50s, something like that.
Let me talk about.
They bought him last summer.
Did Xavi Simons?
But they want 80 million from
RB. He's been a wonder kid for years, hasn't he? That Xavi Simons.
Yeah, but
they bought it for 50 million plus potential. By the way, did you know that Man United had to pay Chelsea 3 million?
Yeah, for amount.
Yeah, because we got to the European final. So we got paid 5 million for losing the final, right? Mm-hmm. And then we had to pay 3 million of that to Chelsea because of Mason Mount's.
You see how I say we're brilliant at selling players? That's how we keep getting money in, doing stuff like that. And
that's about United's players don't progress at Man United. They're either you buy them at their peak and then they decline, so you can't sell them for much. The players that you buy, you spend mad money on, and even let's say they even work at Man United, their peak is at United. So by the time you're ready to get rid of them, you can't sell them for shit because they're either on too higher wages, or they've plateaued and they're declining as players. So you're not really going to sell. Like everyone in your team right now, bar Kobe and probably Ahmad, is either plateaued or they're declining. So how much are you really going to sell them for? Like it's cool to say, oh, we could sell them for this amount, but like that's just not how football works, isn't it? Just because you can sell them for that doesn't mean it's going to happen. Especially with how badly they've performed this season.
Yeah, we can make good money off Greenwood, by the way, because we've got a 50% sell-on clause. So if they sell him for 80 million, sell him for 80 million, we get 40 million for it.
What makes you think Greenwood will go for 80 million?
I don't think he will, but if you got enough talent, he would. But reputation, no. But it depends. You have to wait and see. Maybe PSG need a striker, so maybe they will buy him for 89 million. It wouldn't surprise me if PSG bought him, because he just finished top. He's not just finished top goal scorer. No, he's top goal scorer for Marseille, and they've just got Champions League football as well. So yeah, we could definitely get They could definitely get 80 million for him. We get 40 million for that. I personally don't think they will. I think they'll try and get 100 million for him, because they won't make any money on him if they sell him for 80 million, because they already bought him for 40. But yeah, we sold him for 40 million. Alvaro as well. I believe we're going to make a decent amount of money on Alvaro, depending on how much Real Madrid buy him for. Because I know Real Madrid are about to buy him. So you might make like 10 million off that. There's players we can make money off. Do you know what I'm saying? We can.
I think you're reaching. I can't lie. I think that's
what for Alvaro.
I think you're reaching in terms of the amount of money you think United can make on players. I think you're reaching a lot, especially for what you want United to do in the summer. I think you're.
What 120 million for Bruno is very doable. If Al Hilal won him by 2 weeks, because they won him for the Club World Cup and they want to break the record for the most expensive midfielder of all time.
I'm gonna have to see that to believe. I don't believe he goes for anything close to that.
That's what the Fabrizio and that said, didn't they? They want to break the record and they won him before the Club World Cup, and Man United won't sell unless they do offer a stupid amount. I don't think he will go personally, because I don't think he wants to go to Saudi. But yeah, I guess we'll wait and see. Is Leipzig in Europe? Not. If not, then you guys have. I don't want Xavi Simons anyways. I think Xavi Simons is shit. Xavi Simons is shit though, isn't he, Liam?
Yeah, he's not as good as people think he is now.
I said 60 for Bruno. Don't believe Romano. Bruv, I wouldn't. 60 million for Bruno. No, it won't be that, bruv. We bought it for 40 yourself. It won't be 60, bruv. It'll be at least 100. Here's a 40%. Oh, is that true? Yeah, because someone said that we were going to make 20 million off him. And I was like, how? I thought Madrid were going to buy him for 20-something million. That's what I thought. Madrid were buying him for 20-something million. But they're 42 million. Oi, listen, what, you telling me we're 40% of 42 million? I told you, bro, we're going to make money off players. Kobe Mainoo's a £100 million asset. I don't think we get 100 million. I think we get 70 million from him. Garnacho, we can get 50 million from. Højlund is already. It's been announced today. It's been announced. Rasmus Højlund today. Inter, Napoli, and Juventus all want him.
Cool. They're not going to spend big money on Højlund.
How much did you spend?
I said that if you're going to get big money, you'd have to sell an asset, which is Ahmad or Mainoo.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sell your best players in order to actually upgrade it.
Which I don't even think is the worst idea, because you guys need to build properly. So
did you spend like 70 million on Højlund anyway? You're not getting anywhere near that for him.
Oh yeah, we're getting nowhere near that. Right?
The problem is, if you're doing this big rebuild, where again United, I believe, you don't really have money, so this needs to be perfect and work. Is Amram the guy to be head of this rebuild?
It means you got to pay him to get him gone, and then pay a new manager as well.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. What's it called? Turkey. I believe Turkey's price has gone up. By the way, I think it's 40 million euros now. I believe it's 40 million.
Let's say you get 20 million for that brother, innit, that goes Madrid or whatever. You got to pay. If you sack Amram, you got to pay him his money. Then you got to pay the new manager's money as well. So that could be the money you got for that centre back just on replacing the manager alone. Like, everything's expensive, fam. It's not just the price of eggs that's gone up, fam. The whole football transfers have gone up too.
We also do have a decent amount of money to spend, anyways. We've got like £100 million paid in amortization, and Cunha's going to cost us what, 20 million of that. So we've got a decent amount because we're paying it in amortization. If you buy a player and you pay it off, and every year it takes 20 million out. That's why I'm saying that's why we're still paying off £300 million worth of transfers. We still have a bog standard 100 million, I believe, straight away. If Alvaro goes to Real Madrid, which he is going to go to Real Madrid, they're going to pay the million. 40% of 42 million. What is that? That's just under 20 million, no? Just under 20 million.
17 million.
Yeah, something like that. 17, 18 million, right? Cool. That's another bit dope. Yeah, Man United, let's say we get Ericsson and Lindelof are leaving, not going to get anything for them, right? But they're on about 100 grand a week, so frees up a bit of wages. Casemiro could go Saudi. Will he? I don't know, but he could go Saudi. Yeah. Listen, I think there's players out there we're going to sell. We've got assets: Casemiro, Bruno, Mainu, Garnacho. These players are assets. Rashford this season is going to leave 40 million, and that's 15 million a year off his wage.
That's not an asset.
All right, cool. You can agree to disagree. Rashford for 40 million.
Why is he an asset?
Because if Saudi come in for him, we're selling him for 40 million, and he already had a decent Euro.
Are they going to spend 40 million on Casemiro?
I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask
How
them.
long does he have left on his contract?
1 year.
No 40 mil, bro. Ain't no 40 mil. They might even just let him run his contract down and he'll go. He's on 300 something K a week. Well, what's stopping these men from just saying, just down tools it and doing what?
In fact, it might be 2 years. Might be 2 years.
So players could just down tools, you know. I'm not saying the players will do that. I'm not saying the players will do it, but it happens all the time. Like Maguire was doing that until he got back into the team. He just said, you know what, I'm not leaving United. I'm gonna stay. If you strip me of my captain armband, cool. I'm gonna sit on the bench and earn my 250. And eventually they started playing him again. But don't be open to the idea of players that are on big wages and know that this is their final payday. They're not necessarily just going to take a pay cut to play football. Especially players like Maguire and Luke Shaw. They could easily just say, you know what, I'm not leaving. I'm going to reject everything. I'm going to run my contract down and then I will just leave. They could easily do that too. So you got to remember, like, this isn't the NBA. You can't just trade people. People got to agree to go to places. If they don't agree to go to places because they want the money, they don't want to take a pay cut, they'll just sit at the club and take the money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I say with Bruno, I do think he'll do that. Personally, I don't think he'll go Saudi. But listen, Man United have got players. As I say, Sancho, whether he goes Chelsea or not, 25 million will probably get him, and that's 15 million a year off his wage bill. Anthony is going to they are literally sitting there coming out and saying, we will do everything we can to have Anthony at the club next season. So that means they're fucking desperate to have Anthony.
Betis also don't have the money. And they say they need to like, they made sort of like a joke out of it where they were saying something like they want to do like a fundraiser, like a GoFundMe for Anthony. And Betis don't have money like that. So how much do you think you're really going to get for Anthony from Betis?
25, 30 mil.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. They got Europa League. They got Europa League football. They weren't even nowhere near Europa League when he turned up. They literally lost like 2 games since January. They won on a massive win streak, and he's gone to a Conference League final.
Makes sense. 25, 30
I don't think we're going to get 40, right? So say we get 25, 30 for Anthony. We get 25 for Sancho. In fact, best case scenario, you could argue, I don't necessarily agree with it. Best case scenario you could argue is Chelsea pay us 5 million and then we sell him to someone else for 25 mil. Rashford for 40 mil, whether he goes Barca, whether he goes Bayern or wherever he goes, wherever the fucking his fans want to make out he wants to go, right? Rashford will leave. And who else? One of Garnacho, Mainu, or Bruno Fernandes will leave this summer. If not 2, will leave Manchester United. I think it will be Garnacho and I think it will be Mainu.
Ahmad.
Mainu's a move. Why would Ahmad leave? They will never sell Ahmad. He just gave him a new contract.
Because you don't have money and you need assets. You need an asset to sell.
We're not selling Ahmad. There's no logical selling Ahmad.
I just given you a reason.
If there's ever a player that could go for 100 million, it would be Ahmad, though. You think if a club offers you 100 million, you're not taking that?
No, we wouldn't. No,
okay. I think you're smoking Budgie Banton, bro.
We do.
Yeah, you should take
to replace Ahmad. How much would it cost?
How much did you spend by Ahmad in the first place?
18 million.
Okay, so and Shirky's 25 mil.
What if I'm not saying
Ahmad is not like he's not a world beater. Like he's a good player.
Hold on.
100
Cherky's 40 million, by the way. And what if Cherky don't want to come? Because he probably doesn't want to come.
Someone put in 25 here.
Yeah, but it's now up. They're up the price to 40 million.
40 million, okay.
Even so, half of that money would be enough to replace Ahmad. All you need, like,
No,
your teammate-
Shirky has a 25 mil
Shit.
release clause.
No, he doesn't. It's an agreement with Leon. It's not not a release clause at all.
Okay, fine. Well, again,
yeah,
I'm not saying you should sell Ahmad, but you guys, what assets do you have to sell?
this could be true. Yeah, maybe Bruno. Yeah, I hear that. Listen, we've got assets. As I said, Garnacho. Listen, talking about Ahmad is ridiculous because Ahmad's not getting sold. They just offered him a new deal, and we're not replacing him. We're not going to get rid of Ahmad. He is literally the one player that the manager will not sell, and the club will not want to sell. Personally, I don't. Trust me. Honestly, no. There's literally zero way Man United sell Ahmad this season. There's no chance to sell him Ahmad. Ahmad's not leaving. Ahmad wants to stay here. Ahmad's come out and said he wants to retire at Man United. He doesn't want to leave. So there's nothing you've just said about players wanting to stay in their contract. Ahmad could just say, I'm not going. I'm going to stay at Man United.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying United should sell him, but all this cope for a wing.
Bruno did say this. Bruno did say this, and Garnacho said it as well. By the way, they said it. They both said it last night. They were hinting towards leaving.
I think you're in for a real shock if they do leave, how much you get for him.
Because I was surprised the amount we got for Havertz amount. I've been surprised about how we've been able to just sell these bad players. I was so surprised.
But what do you mean though? What do you mean then? How would I be surprised about the amount we're going to get? I think we can get 100 million of Saudi for Bruno if Bruno only goes to Saudi. If Bruno goes to Saudi, we're getting 100 million minimum. I don't think that's a ridiculous statement to say. If that's what all the reports are saying, they're willing to. The reports are suggesting they're willing to break the record, which is 150 million for Caicedo. And they want him. They're desperate, by the way. Al Hilal.
Who wants Caicedo?
No, I'm saying Al Hilal are desperate for Bruno Fernandes before the Club World Cup, which is in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So we can get 150 million for him. I don't necessarily think I don't know why someone would pay 50 million for Garnacho, but someone's definitely going to take a punt on him. Yeah, if there's
Who's
a well,
Al Hilal, is that Neymar's old club?
Yeah, the one that bought Koulibaly off you lot and Mendy, I believe.
Is that the same club that wanted Salah?
Yes.
Two of them
so
wanted Salah
basically,
and Al Attah.
And is that the same club that wants Nunez?
Could be, yeah.
The one that was linked.
So basically, they want a big profile European name to come over there. Essentially,
yeah. He'd get 50.
It doesn't just have to be Bruno. It can be anyone of a big profile.
But they would have to sell a foreigner first because they have a foreigner rule over there.
Yeah. When Duran sold, they had to release Talisca from Al Nassr because too many foreigners,
So
who was balling for them, and that was crazy, bro. Releasing.
Assuming they release a foreigner, they would. Which that's a crazy statement to make. Assuming they release one, they would have to.
I was like, when someone said they've got too many foreigners, I was like, hold on, hang about that.
Yeah, no, they'd have to. Assuming they release one, why does it have to be Bruno? They've been linked to quite a few players, so I wouldn't just necessarily be Bruno.
Because they believe that's what the reports are saying. They want to break the record. So maybe they won't. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to go in for Bruno. Maybe they won't. But I'm saying, I'm giving you examples, bruv. You asked me to say players we can sell. I give you players that we can sell, and you're sitting there going, no, but you can't sell them now.
To be fair,
I didn't say you can't sell them.
You can sell them. It's just he ain't gonna go for. You're gonna be in a shop.
Ronaldo's
Bruno goes to Saudi, we get 100 million from.
Ronaldo's actually. I saw links today. He's linked to LA Galaxy. I don't know how true those things are. I don't know what his contract situation's like.
He needs to humble himself and just I'd retire if I was him, but he's going to stay at Al Nassr. You watch, he's going to have to.
He doesn't need to retire. He can keep scoring.
No, they're pushing him out, bro.
They're pushing him out, because they can't win the league with him, can they?
No, bro, their ultras want him out, bro.
So that makes the MLS links make sense then. So yeah, if he leaves, that means there's a free foreigner spot in Saudi. So.
That's for Al Nassr though, not for the league.
Go
different.
Yeah, they wouldn't need. Al Nassr wouldn't need to buy a striker because they've got
Duran.
Yeah, but the way that whole league works, they'll jig things around, make it work.
Asking price for both could be between 50 and 60 million. You would get for it. Listen, I hope Greenwood leaves this summer. I hope he does, and we get 40, 50 million for him because that will save our summer. And
what's your sell on? Oh, is he on loan then?
50%. No. We sold him for 40 million, and we got 50% selling clause. So if they sell him for that 80 million, we get 40 million for it.
Damn.
Another player's
that's a good deal. That's good.
That's a very good deal, bro. And as I said, with Alvaro, he's got £42 million release clause, and we got 40% sell-on clause, and he's going to go Real Madrid. So,
bro, who the fuck is signing off a 40% selling clause?
Don't know. I have no idea how that. When I found out, I heard out that they gave Greenwood a 50% sell-on clause, I was wondering. I was like, 50%. Usually you hear like fucking 10% or 15%.
Like, I think it makes sense considering Greenwood's situation and Marseille wanted him. Like, I think it was just probably a thing that that they just agreed to, maybe sort of out of desperation, because that's not a normal thing to happen. 50% on a player of that talent as well.
Yeah, because he was worth way more than what they sold him for. It's just because of what happened.
Because normally United wouldn't sell someone like that.
Listen, don't think we forgot about Chelsea looking at Garnacho, mate. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, we were looking at him in. You know why we got links to him in January? Because we were originally looking at Manu. That's what Chelsea do. We look at what player and we get linked to another.
Don was on Y Scout. He brought out Y Scout again, and yeah, look, he said, "Oh, brings this to the team." Listen, Garnacho is something. But anyways, I need to get some of these comments.
Don't listen to Don. He's a fraud, bro. Honestly,
I already read that one, didn't I? If we can get more than 10p for Onana, we have to snatch their hands off and run screw that record. Onana's another player. Saudi Arabia, 30 million, 100%. 100%. And don't tell me no, because
getting an empty packet of crisps, bro.
Bro, they sold Edward Mendy to fucking Al, bro.
Yeah, but
Edward Mendy, I know towards the end he fell off. He was also one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Had won a Champions League, won AFCON. Like, you know, when we sold players, no, he's not won AFCON. The year Cameroon won AFCON in 2017, he wasn't in the squad, bro.
They won in 2017. Fucking hell.
Yes, and he wasn't in the squad. Last AFCON when he went there to Cameroon, I don't think he even made out of their group.
Yeah, bro, trust me, Ahmad is not getting sold, bro. There's no point even talking about it. And no one is really going to pay 100 million for Ahmad. No one.
Also, the whole Ahmad thing, you know, he's going to AFCON in December.
Yeah. So, but he only missed 3 or 4 games, anyways. He won't miss many games.
No, AFCON.
They do the winter break now. Anyways.
Where?
What? They do the winter break. Yeah, you have a winter break. Because remember, when Salah got to the final, remember, was it 2 years ago? No, not 2 years ago. It was 2022, I believe. And he only missed 3 games because they had the winter break. They do a winter break, don't they? So it takes out like a week of
in the Premier League.
Yeah, they do winter break. Am I right? They do winter break. They didn't. I don't think they did it this season, but they do. Yeah, they might have done it this season. I enjoyed your stream. Big up to PSG fan. Big up to you, man.
Are you talking about like there's a week in there's like a week or two in January where there's Carabao and FA Cup games on? So if you don't get to that stage, then you technically have like a winter break. Are you talking about that period?
I'm saying like La Liga.
Yeah, you are right as well. They do.
The Premier's never had winter breaks like La Liga and I think Bundesliga. Them man have it. The Premier League has never done that.
Catalan saying that
maybe he's right then. Yeah, maybe he's right. I don't know.
Don't apparently.
Maybe. I don't really know. I thought they did have a thingy, yeah, but he won't miss many games anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like
it starts in December 21st, and it'll be finished by like I think end of January.
I know Nana will as well, wouldn't he? Oh fuck.
Yeah. Oh, Nana won't be gone much. I'll be real. He's not going to be gone much.
Yeah, that's like 5 or 6 games.
Should have seen him at the last one, mate. Honestly.
I did. Been telling people about Onana.
Yeah, to be fair, I think we'll sell Onana this summer. I think we'll go and get a goalkeeper as well.
Oh, thank you, Joseph.
Prime, you got decent ball knowledge. I bet you would, but so give me your idea of sales and price you would do. I think he's talking about Man United though.
What players?
No, he's saying just give your idea. Like, who do you think United could sell and the prices?
Yeah, but name me players though. Name me.
No, he's saying you need to. He's asking
You
you
pick a
for
player
your
and
players.
pick how much they'd
You
go
think
for.
United can sell
Okay.
and how much they go for.
So, for example, Garnacho, like, what would Garnacho go for?
Depends on where you're selling him, to be fair. But I think for Garnacho, you can get like 40-ish mil for him.
So that's 120 million then on PSR rules. So we can sell players.
You
I
can
didn't say
sell
you
players,
can't.
sure. It's not for crazy
I'm talking
money.
about like max value.
Yeah,
Because when the players
we've
we've
gone out
sold,
because he's straight profit is, and so is Bruno, by the way. So if we sell Bruno for 100 million, we get 300 million for it in amortization.
is Bruno straight profit? Oh yeah,
Yeah, he is because his deal's been paid off.
If you're selling Garnacho for like 40 million this summer, but you could have sold him for 60 million in January, you're not getting the max value you could have had for it. That's my point.
Yeah.
Also, do you trust your club to spend well?
Yeah. One thing about Ineos is their recruitment's not been awful.
Okay. What year did Ineos take off United? To take over United?
They've only had one summer. They've only had one summer.
Okay, cool.
It's their first.
So it's just this summer that just passed, yeah.
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 Right.
I would say the signings they made, only Ugarte and maybe you could say Xerxes, the jury's really out. Ugarte's shit. But in terms of for me, they didn't do enough. I don't think they can. I think that was because of they looked at, as I say, Garnacho, Højlund and stuff. They said, we're going to give them another year. We're going to see if they can improve. I don't think they'll do that this summer. So I think this summer they'll go in and they'll buy players. And they just got to make sure they have a good hit rate. They've got a better hit rate than they've got a decent signings. You know, so I think Dorgu's been okay. I think he's a decent potential player. I look at Cunha. I think he's going to be a great signing. Euro's been good, top player. Delit's a top player. Masraoui is a top player.
Okay. I don't think. Yeah, never mind.
Any other players you think United will sell or could sell? You don't think we could sell Mainu then, Prime?
Are you guys selling Mainu? Is he available?
No, but do you reckon we could sell him if we wanted to?
Oh yeah, he's available.
You can sell anyone in your squad though.
I've not said you guys can sell players, but I'm just talking about like in terms of the max value you could actually. Because I look at Chelsea, and I know if we're gonna sell a player, we're gonna extort a club for a player if we're selling him. I look at United, and I just think like the way Garnacho was available for 60 mil, Napoli wanted him. I know if that was Chelsea, we probably could have got like an extra 25 on top or something. We could have made it like a 75 or something like that, you know, or like maybe 60 with like 30 mil add-ons. We could have done something stupid because when you sold McTominay in the summer, he's about to win a league title. Is there a title clause in his contract? Is there a trophy clause in his contract?
I doubt it, mate, but maybe. I don't think he had add-ons. I think it was just straight 30 million or whatever.
Everyone's unsellable. Yeah,
United could sell anyone in their squad. It's just how much would you go for? That's it. Like I don't think with the season you man have had and the steady decline of Man United in the last few years, I don't think your players are worth that much, really. I don't think they're worth anything crazy.
That's fair. I'm going to wrap up soon. PSG sold you Ugarte and you bought Jean Neves. Jean Neves ain't actually that good, though.
No, don't do that.
Jean Neves is not that good. I always thought he was bang overrated.
He's their best midfielder. We're not doing that.
He's not even in their top two best midfielders because Vitinha's miles better.
Vitinha's not better than Jean Neves.
Bro, Jean Neves is another shin kicker, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Runs around, kicks shins, and then
bro. He's so cultured, bro. He's cold. We're not disrespecting Jean Neves.
He's a decent player. That's it. He's a decent player. Decent player. He's nowhere near Vitinha and he's nowhere near Fabian Ruiz.
He's better than both, bro.
All right, bro.
His talent level is crazy. Jean Neves' talent level is crazy. I don't get the disrespect.
All right. Listen, Each their own in it. We've got 19 people inside. Hit the sub button, people. Come on, get me to 640 subs, bruv. Come on, I'm 8 subscribers off.
You wouldn't take him at not Chelsea, at United.
Who?
Neves.
I'll take him ahead of Ugarte, yeah. No one is unsellable, man. Think United can't get max value from. Yeah, I don't know how. When we sold McTominay for 30 million, I was bewildered that we got that.
30 mil is not max value for McTominay. I think you could have extorted for more. You could have extorted.
Do you know how bad McTominay is?
Do you know how bad Havertz and Mount were?
Yeah, hold on, no, don't do that. Havertz was once, firstly, Arsenal were dumb as fuck, but Havertz was once a very, very talented player in Germany that a lot of clubs were after. Yeah, a lot of clubs were after. Yeah, Mount was very good for Chelsea, apart from his last season. Yeah, McTominay is what the season where he got 30 GA. You talking about?
Did you watch him play? He was awful. He did the Bruno thing where he scammed the GA, but he was awful, bro. I watched him that year.
McTominay had the narratives going for him. That's the only thing I can say, bro.
And also, McTominay, you can say the same thing about McTominay. Came from Man United, like Carrington, has scored big, crucial goals for them. Like he won his last two seasons. His last 2 seasons, he won you guys trophies last year.
They won
like
big goal.
My point is, you can say the positives about Havertz and Mount. I can also say the positives about McTominay. Just like there's negatives about all 3 players. All 3 players. Name the goals that Mount scored in that 30 GA season.
I can't tell you the goals.
And it wasn't 30 GA. It was like 27, 28 GA. And the majority of them in the league came against the relegation sides.
You are right. He scored a hat trick against, I believe, Leeds
Norwich,
and stuff like that. Yeah, Norwich.
Like,
you're right. All right.
I remember that season, bro, because that was the year where I didn't get onto. Even though Matt was bad, I didn't get onto him that season because he at least gave me goals and assists, whereas Havertz and Werner and the rest weren't giving me anything.
All right, cool. Listen, each of their own. McTominay shit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not shit.
Crap. He's awful. There's nothing.
I'm not saying he's not, but so were Havertz and Mount, and we were able to get max money for them.
So that would sell the
for United. Bruno. You don't have any sort of like a sell-on, like not sell-on clause, but like add-ons and stuff for like winning trophies or a title. Because Napoli won a title a few years ago, so I would think you sell him for 30 mil, you add in a title clause for.
Let me top it up. And they might not win the league, by the way. They still might not win the league. Although Inter have bottled it completely, but they still might win it. I don't want to say that.
Yeah, but they could still win it this season, and if not, they could still win it next season.
Did Man United sell?
Literally, Ten Hag was putting McTominay up front, fam, because he would score goals in the clutch. He'd scored a last-minute goal.
Yeah, but you can't name me big goals he scored.
Well, he scored 2 against Brentford when you won down home.
You're right. It was actually £21 million, right? 30 million. Yeah. Sell Ahmad is crazy. I agree. No, it's these lot trying to say that we could sell him. I wouldn't. I know he's not getting sold, bro.
I'm not saying you should sell Ahmad.
It's 4.2 million add-ons. 4.2 million in add-ons. So you're right. Then there are add-ons, and I assume one of them is a trophy, whatever. But we've got 24 people inside, man. I'm going to wrap up in literally 2 minutes. Hit the sub button. Hit the like button. Come on, people. Get me to 640. Make sure you subscribe to Elijah and Liam. Prime, you don't have a channel, do you?
No, but subscribe to Sarcasm City TV.
Yeah, subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Sure,
you're running the channel,
and also Mike's channel as well, GVO Mike's. He's doing a stream tomorrow, like a Q&A thing, and we're gonna cook Arsenal regardless. So
I'll see if I can make it, brother. These men are gonna try and get me drunk at the parade, fam.
Hey, man's gonna be doing a sack limp at the parade, man. Crazy.
Nah, like that. I couldn't even get crutches. They didn't even allow me to get crutches.
Sure, we aren't selling Ahmad. Yeah, we ain't selling Ahmad. Hold on one second. Let me set up a redirect.
He's limping again.
We've got 26 people inside, bro. Come on, man. Come on. There's got to be 8 people that ain't subbed yet, man. Come on, people. There's got to be 8. Get me to 640 subs. Come on, people.
These man are
There's
stingy
got to
out here.
Exactly,
Stuff.
bruv. I hate when people being stingy, bruv. It's literally free, bruv. You just got to click a button.
Oh, you know what?
Go on, bro.
Hold on.
Oh. The suspense. The suspense.
What have you put?
Oh,
Don't
okay.
say out loud.
Yeah, but everyone in the thing is already.
From next stream. From
Yeah,
next stream.
but-
No,
yeah.
I usually always do it, so you know what I'm saying. But come on,
Oh,
man,
okay.
28 people. Come on, there's got to be 8 people that ain't subscribed, bruv. Unless you can't all be bots, can you? Hold up,
Man,
wait a
subscribe.
minute.
Listen, he's a United fan. He's
At
in
least you're getting
pain.
your at least you're getting your watch hours up, you know.
He's a United
Yeah,
fan. He's
my
in
watch hours
pain.
are
At
good.
least make his pain somewhat worthwhile, guys.
My watch hours, I think 800 watch hours this month.
Nice.
Let me show my analytics. Hold on. One time only on YouTube. Right, so obviously I should be on 642 subs. They wrongfully robbed me of subscribers. You can't really see it, to be fair. 10.6k views, 752 hours of watch time, but I've done about 70 hours today because I uploaded a video earlier as well, so about 15 watch hours. People just watching me rant. 142 subscribers. Estimated revenue. We'll block that out because people don't need to know that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro's making bank, fam.
I'm not really.
Yeah, bro's making bank.
Not yet. Do you know what I'm saying? But
Appreciate
Elijah,
that,
they've got
Twisted,
comment
man.
there.
My guy. Appreciate that.
You're going to the parade. When is the parade?
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
What time? 3 p.m. Yeah.
I think it's like 5. I think it starts at 5. But I'm gonna meet up with Jay and George. It's gonna be the first time I meet them IRL, so that would be fun.
Is it possible to even stream that?
Can I stream it? It starts in Edmonton. I think they're gonna walk all the way up to wherever. I don't even know.
Can I stream in the rough
Maybe
ends,
off my
bro?
phone.
Yeah, you can stream it. Yeah, that would be the best thing to do. You'll get a lot of views.
Yeah,
you
you
want
want
to
to stream, or even if you can't stream it, like do a vlog, bro.
I'm gonna vlog it.
Yeah,
100%. I got my camera, so
yeah.
I literally got my
you,
G7.
Jay, George, just vlog it, bro. And if you can, try and meet expressions.
I'll see. Yeah, I'll see if I can.
Yeah,
do
and that way you can get his name in the title.
that. Man's got the G7X in it. Man's got the G7X.
Trophy parade with expressions.
Of course, bro. You already know, fam. I'm gonna tag him and everything. He's gonna be like, "Who's this guy, fam?" Hey, man, he's the guy who's getting views off your name, bro.
Yeah, man. Clickbait, man.
Hold on. It's not really a clickbait, is it? If he's actually in the title.
Yeah. Well, even if expressions isn't there, just mention his name and it's fine.
I'm gonna see if I can catch Henry Wright, fam. You know them ones. That would bang.
Hey, don't hit him though.
Oh, right.
You better tell him not to hit me. I'm disabled right now.
Lee Gunner's live. Might raid Lee Gunner. Lee Gunner Faz's live as well.
Yeah, Lee's cooking, bro.
Might have to raid Lee Gunner. I mean, not that he'll probably notice, but yeah, I'm sure we've got 23 people inside. I'm sure some of us can just go there.
No, he will notice. Lee will notice if. Yeah, guys, Lee raid. What should be the raid message?
Hold on, I'll just do a touchline raid. Just do touchline raid and set up. I'll set up the raid direct.
If you don't knock on Arsenal fans' doors, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm not some fucking hooligan, bro.
Bro, he can't even walk.
Any fucking gooners now? Come on, fucking let's have it.
To be fair, if I see someone in the Arsenal jersey,
come on, fucking want you can. Come on, let's fucking have it then.
I went to work earlier because I work in Highbury, fam. I saw.
There
weren't many. Yeah, there weren't many Arsenal shirts out in Highbury today, fam. I wonder why, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's peak. Yeah, usually I'll see about 5 or 6 on my way just to the place I work at.
I usually see loads of kids wearing them, bro, and I just think, fuck.
Yeah, I didn't see any today, man. I didn't see any today. I wonder why, man. It was a dark day in Highbury, man. Started raining.
Maybe they all had the day off of work. Maybe they just ordered the day off of work, feeling sick or something. I don't know. Maybe
you Arsenal fans who are kids that are crying, hold that, man.
We're gonna wrap up. Lee Gunner raid. We're gonna raid Lee Gunner. Make sure you jump in his stream and type touchline raid. Every one of you in the chat that's going to go in there, type touchline raid. Yeah. Bless up for Elijah, Prime, and Liam for coming on. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels in the links. And make sure you subscribe to me as well. 640 subs. We're going to get to a K. We're getting to 1,000 by my birthday, people. Yeah, the grind starts now, bro. Bless up. What'd you say? My birthday is 17th of July.
17th of July.
So we got to get what?
2 months.
Let's do this math. We've got 2 months. No, let's just under 2 months.
358 in 2 months.
68, no? Hold on 1 second.
Well,
Actually, that's
supposed
cool.
No, 358, you're right. You're at 358. I couldn't work out. No, it is
Club World Cup.
368, you're right.
If you do watch longs during the Club World Cup, you'll get there. You get to a game.
We'll see, bro. Best up to everyone. Make sure you type up touchline rate. Bosh.